everyone, so I'm Sophia. Some of you probably know me from the other videos that I've been doing with Niko, but he's on vacation right now, which gives me the ability to do videos on whatever I want. So this was something that was brought to my attention and I thought it was worth bringing to your attention as well, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So the person that communicated this to me, they brought me to this video, and it's called Attention YouTube, the Clock is Ticking, and it's by George Sprava, and he is a German YouTuber. But I wanted to kind of go through first the article, and then I'm going to give you a brief overview of what the video is discussing, but a lot of what was discussed within the video is also discussed in this article, but I wanted to add some important points that they also mention. Okay. A group of YouTubers led by George Sprava of the Slingshot channel and called the YouTubers Union teamed up with Germany's powerful IG Metall trade union to fight back YouTube's recent policies. Over the last 2 years, says Sprava, YouTube has made life hard for smaller content creators, at the same time favoring the big corporate channels such as the ones owned by large media companies and celebrities. Thousands of YouTubers saw their videos demonetized and penalized by YouTube's algorithms, in some cases removed. They are the same people who, with their creativity, helped YouTube to be what it is today. The campaign, called FairTube, leverages on Europe's strong privacy regulations and Germany's broad labor laws to force YouTube into negotiation with a series of conditions. To achieve their goals, the YouTubers Union has joined forces with IG Metall, the largest trade union in the world, active for more than 100 years and counting over 2 million members, among which many superb lawyers. The proposal advanced by FairTube contains the following requests. 1. Transparency and clear rules. Publish everything, categories, procedures, rules. While it's common for private companies to keep secrets, partnerships are based on transparency. FairTube demands clarity on the censoring procedures, on video monetization criteria, and on how the algorithm promotes videos. 2. A human to speak to. No more automated replies from unknown servers. No bot or pre-written text is sufficient to deal with a content creator, a partner. YouTubers deserve to be able to communicate efficiently with human beings, and YouTube is a big enough company to invest in better customer care. 3. Neutral referees. Establish a neutral dispute resolution board. YouTube calls YouTubers partners. However, in the case of a dispute, it has all the power. Disputes should be solved with the help of an external third party able to neutrally mediate the resolution. 4. Participation. Give YouTubers the right to speak out their minds and be listened to. The biggest part of the success of the company is to be attributed to YouTubers' creativity. Sprava calls for a fully implemented advisory board involved in all the decisions a company takes. And now, pay attention, YouTube, said Sprava in a video commenting on his FairTube initiative. You have 4 weeks to enter into negotiations with us. FairTube sent the negotiation request to YouTube's headquarters in Hamburg. In case of no reply, the next step will be court. So I watched the video, and some of the important points that I thought were worth mentioning were that their complaint is that YouTube has had massive success in the past couple of years, and that's thanks to a lot of independent news organizations and other channels as well. But they've been deleting a lot of videos, demonetizing, and also weaponizing their algorithm to prioritize legacy media over independent content. And what used to be a dream job became something that provides no job security for a lot of YouTubers. And these same rules don't apply to TV stations and celebrities because usually they follow the rules that the elites at YouTube prefer to be followed. So they want to bring back the old YouTube. And you saw that they mentioned IG Metall, and it's the largest independent trade union on the planet with more than 2.3 million members with a history that's longer than 125 years. And they deal with crowd workers as well as improving worker conditions, and this goes for YouTube. So then within that, they created the YouTube Union, and that has around, I believe, 50,000 members. And it was only founded in 2018, but they've already had meetings with YouTube management and have discussed and made some concessions with a lot of press. But their main concern is that YouTube claims to create people who are self-employed, but that's really a lie, because you're always being monitored and always being rated by these people at YouTube who have the power to demonetize and take down your videos without you actually receiving the data as to why your videos were unsuitable for their opinions. Whatever their regulations are, for them, your video just wasn't suitable, and they won't tell you why. So this is another issue, because it's basically they have a lot of secrecy, and that could potentially actually be illegal. So what happens is every time you post a video on YouTube, they have a bunch of bots and human censors, and then they put them into categories. And then once they put them in those categories, then that's then used to make exclusions with what videos will be monetized and which ones won't be. And basically that means that you're not going to make any money off that video, and you have no idea why necessarily, because they don't give you any detailed explanation besides the fact that it was maybe put into a certain category. That's not enough for you to be able to make new videos that will be considered acceptable within their viewpoint. So YouTube is part of a GDPR platform, and that stands for General Data Protection Regulation, and applies to all companies which process personal data. And these are laws that YouTube needs to be following as well. And basically what it states is that once they collect personal data, like their issues with your videos, they need to make sure that that's accessible to you, and YouTube hasn't been following through that. So this could potentially be a violation of the GDPR regulations, and that could actually lead to a punishment on YouTube's behalf, with a fine of 4% of their worldwide revenue. And in 2018 alone, YouTube made billions of dollars, so that would be of significant impact to them, and it would probably be better for them to just invest in real life people to monitor their videos rather than just bots that place them into arbitrary categories, and then your videos end up being demonetized. So they also have a website, and it's called FairTube.info, and I'll put all the links below for you to learn more. But I just thought it was an interesting campaign, because it's something that not a lot of people have acted on. You see a lot of YouTubers taking issue to what YouTube's been doing and purposely prioritizing legacy media over independent media. But I just thought this was an interesting response and worth sharing. And apparently YouTube actually received their proposals and their response, and this was just as of today, because this video that I was discussing, that was posted on July 26th, and he was saying, you have 4 weeks to respond back to us. So now it's August 17th, and now they're finally responding, and they said, "We're deeply invested in creators' success. That's why we share the majority of revenue with them. We also need to ensure that users feel safe and that advertisers feel confident that YouTube is safe for their brand. We take lots of feedback as we work to get this balance right, including by meeting with hundreds of creators every year. However, contrary to what's being claimed, YouTube creators are not YouTube employees by legal status." So they made a separate video about what they said and their opinions on that. So I'll also link that below. But I also do think it's kind of interesting. Basically, they're trying to defend their position that you technically aren't really self-employed because there aren't any legal restrictions that are barring them from being able to demonetize and deplatform people. So I just thought that was kind of a strange response at the end, and they're kind of equivocating the fact that, okay, we see your concerns and we validate them, but we're also not really validating them, because one of the most important parts of their complaint is that YouTubers aren't really self-employed. They're not receiving those benefits and protections, and they're not receiving the data so that they can modify their video content to be more suitable to YouTube elites that are regulating the bots, I guess, that are regulating your content. So I hope you enjoyed that, and make sure that you subscribe and like this video and comment what you think, and you can check them out on Twitter. Again, I'll put all those links below. But I just want to hear what your opinions are, and if you know anyone that would be interested in potentially joining this YouTube union.